Hey, Torals and Bobcats, it's Miss Juarez here. Today, I have a very special read aloud. This book is called Ada Twist, Scientist. Ooh, scientist, Torals and Bobcats, is somebody who studies how the world works. They ask questions and then they go and find the answer. So now, I wonder who this scientist is and what they study. Let's find out. Ada Marie, Ada Marie said not a word till the day she turned 3. She bounced in her crib and looked all around, observing the world but not making a sound. She learned how to climb and made her big break, with a trail of chaos left in her wake. She ran through the day chasing each sound and sight, and didn't slow down till she conked out at night. What a busy baby Ada Marie is. Her parents were frazzled, but tried not to freak. As Ada grew bigger and still did not speak. Clearly, young Ada, with lots in her head, would have something to say when it ought to be said. That's just what happened when Ada turned 3. She tore through the house on a fact-finding spree and climbed up the clock just as high as she could. Her parents yelled, "Stop!" as all good parents would. Ada's chin quivered, but she did not cry. She took a deep breath and simply asked, why? Why does it tick and why does it talk? Why do we call it a granddaughter clock? Why are there pointy things stuck to a rose? Why are there hairs up inside of your nose? She started with why and then what, how, and when. By bedtime, she came back to why once again. She drifted to sleep as her dazed parents smiled at the curious thoughts of their curious child, who wanted to know what the world was about. They kissed her and whispered, "You'll figure it out." Wow, I want to be like Ada. So many great questions. Her parents kept up with their high-flying kid, whose questions and chaos both grew as she did. Ooh, get a little closer. Do you see how over here young Ada has some questions, but as she got older, her questions got longer and there seems to be more of them. Wow. Even Miss Greer found her hands were quite full when young Ada's chaos wreaked havoc at school. But this much was clear about Miss Ada Twist. She had all the traits of a great scientist. Oh, Ada Marie is the scientist the book is about. Wow, that's cool. Ada was busy that first day of spring, testing the sounds that make mockingbirds sing, when a horrible stench whacked her right in the nose, a pungent aroma that curled up her toes. "Zowie!" said Ada, which got her to thinking, what is the source of that terrible stinking? How does a nose know there's something to smell? How does it still stink if there's no nose to tell? She rattled off questions and tapped on her chin. She started at the start, where she ought to begin. A mystery, a riddle, a puzzle, a quest. This was the moment that Ada loved best. Yes, I think Ada is right. Finding out and questioning things is super fun because you get to learn something new. Ada did research to learn all she could of smelling and smells, both the stinky and the good. One hypothesis Ada thought could be true. The terrible stink came from Dad's cabbage stew. Yuck! She tested and tested, but soon Ada knew it was time to come up with hypothesis 2. Yes, because remember, scientists, they keep asking questions. So when one question is answered, there's always another question to be asked. I like Ada's thinking. Then Zowie! The stink struck again, just like that. Hypothesis 2. It's caused by the cat. The cat couldn't make such a stink on its own. It needed perfume and some fancy cologne. So young Ada tested, and the test was a flop. She started again, but her parents yelled, "Stop! Ada Marie, to the thinking chair now. By the time we count 3. Enough, said her mother. That's it, said her dad. Her parents were frustrated, frazzled, and mad. Why? Ada questioned. Her mother said, "No." What? Her father said, "Go. You've ruined our supper. You've made the cat stink. Enough with your questions. Now sit there and think." She looked at her parents. Her heart turned to goo. Poor Ada Twist didn't know what to do. Oh, I don't think her parents like all the questions. What do you think? Do you think she deserves to go and think? Or should she go continue to explore her questions? Hmm. She sat all alone by herself in the hall, and Ada once again could say nothing at all. And so Ada sat and she sat and she sat. And she thought about the science and the stew and the cat and how her experiments made such a big mess. Does it have to be so? Is that part of success? Are messes a problem? And while she was thinking, what was the source of that terrible stinking? Ada Marie did what scientists do. She asked a small question and then she asked 2. And each of those led her to 3 questions more. And some of those questions resulted in 4. And Ada got thinking. She really dug. She scribbled her questions and tapped on her chin. She started with why and then what, how, and when. At the end of the hall, she reached why once again. Ooh. Her parents calmed down and they came back to talk. They looked at the hallway and just had to gawk. No patch of bare paint could be seen on the wall. The thinking chair was the thinking hall. They watched their young daughter and sighed as they did. What would they do with this curious kid who wanted to know what the world was about? They smiled and whispered, "We'll figure it out." And that's what they did. Because that's what you do when your kid has a passion and the heart that is true. They remake their world. Now they're all in the act of helping young Ada sort fiction from fact. She asks lots of questions. How could she resist? It's all in the heart of a young scientist. Wow, look at all of those amazing things on the picture. I see Anna is drawing on a graph. She's asking about, did the chicken come first? Or did the egg come first, then the chicken? Questions to ponder about. I definitely love Ada's thinking. And as for that smell, what can Ada Twist do but learn all she can with her friends in grade 2? Will they discover the stink that curls toes? Well, that is the question. And someday, who knows? The end. Wow, I love this book. My favorite part of this book was the rhyming in it. Did you notice how my voice was kind of sing-songy? Yeah, that's a strategy that lots of readers use to be able to read the book easily. Well, Bobcats and Toros, I leave you with this. What is something that you are curious about? What's something you want to know more about? Hmm. I also challenge you to try to find the answer to your question. Maybe you'll like what the answer is. Who knows? I guess we don't know until we actually do it. All right. This is the end of our read aloud. If you like this book, hit the like button below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Bye.